Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? We are going to be playing with the new Bella Beaute Bar Green Goddess collection. There is an eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette and a highlighter, and this whole collection is very monochromatically green, just a beautiful color story. You guys know I love Bella Beaute Bar's I don't know why I said it weird like that. Bella Beaute Bar's quality. I love their shimmers. I feel like they just have some of the most intense, just beautiful shimmers in the indie realm. Let's not even get into Sephora and Ulta. Nothing compares there to this formula. And we do have a few neutrals popping up in here, but I'm very excited to dig my fingers in, swatch it out. This palette is going to be retailing for $72, and I do have an affiliate code with Bella Beaute Bar, which I believe saves you 10% off. So it does save a decent amount on this palette, but it is definitely up there in price. So we're gonna have to swatch it, see if it's unique, if it's worth it. And then we also have the Green Goddess highlighter, and this is really beautiful, but it is a $25 highlighter for one shade. I feel like that can be a lot, just depending on, I just feel like in order for me to recommend it, it has to be just the perfect highlighter. And for me, looking at this, it seems like something I'll probably end up using more as an eyeshadow than as something I'll wear on the cheeks a lot. So it probably won't be worth it for me, but I will swatch it out for you and let you know texture, everything like that. So without any further ado, let's jump on in. Let's just start off with the highlighter because it is really fast to swatch. It's just one shade, and it really doesn't seem to have a whole bunch of shift to it as I'm moving it around the pan. We'll see once we swatch it. Mostly just looks like, okay, actually, you know what? It does have a shift. You just can't see it in the pan. It's a kind of teal tone with a periwinkle flip to it. I mean, it is really pretty. You can see it has like a really nice shine to it. It's definitely a little bit more on the sparkly side. It's intense, and the base does kind of have that bluey green undertone. So for me, it normally doesn't look like the most flattering shade on my skin tone just because I'm really, really fair. If a highlighter has more of a green or a blue base to it, it just really, really stands out. So yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious if you guys are into this, if you're debating on picking this one up. But for me, not really standing out. I'm really, really here for the eyeshadow palette. Okay. I mean, she is stunning. I feel like sometimes when these shimmers are so intense, I really enjoy just swatching them all side by side. So maybe let's do the shimmers first, and then we can swatch all of the mattes and really get a gauge for the variety of each texture. So starting off, we have the shade Balance. Ooh, very, very smooth. Feels like a super silky kind of rose goldeny type shade with a warm base. I would call that a duochrome for sure, and it just feels so nice and silky in the pan. We've got Earth Mother, which looks like a little bit more of like a flaky, sparkly shade. It's not like super dry to the touch or anything, but it's not as silky as their shimmers normally are. You've also got a lot of sparkle happening there. It kind of reminds me of the new Minka palette from Adept, that formula. Those special shades, a very similar type of sheen. I don't even know if sheen is the right word because that sounds a little bit too subtle. It's very, very sparkly, but similar texture. We've got Renewal. This is another very silky, kind of warm base with a purple and blue flip to it, even though I feel like you guys are seeing green, so there's definitely some multi-chrome properties to that shade. Okay. I swear that shade's really pretty. It's just not showing up that much against my skin tone, at least not on camera. Yeah, and that Minka comparison, so true for that shade. Wow, those are stunning. Okay, and then here's what those shades look like in the mirror, just so you can see the shifts a little bit better. Okay, next we have the shade Lush, which just looks like a really soft green. Again, that one feels so creamy. It almost feels a little bit more of like a squishy putty shadow. Like I feel like I can kind of push my finger into it and it moves, but it's a really beautiful soft green with a little bit of a like pink and golden flip to it. Super beautiful metallic. We've got Enchant, which this looks like another one of those Minka type shades where it's like a super, super sparkly, a little bit drier to the touch shimmer. This one is on the golden side. Okay, next we have Fertility, which I know is beautiful because I already accidentally dug my finger into this one, but it is such a stunning a little bit more chunky, not as like silky, but it is a beautiful green to gold, like turquoise type shade. It's just very, very intense as well. Okay, so cute. Very intense gold. So I feel like even though this palette is very green, when you're swatching all the shimmers together, it looks like we've got a really good variety. I feel like the mattes are a little bit more monochromatic from what I can see, but these are all gorgeous. I mean, look at that. And again, here are those shifts. My dog is just sighing very, very loud in the background. Don't mind her. Lastly, we have the shade Taffety. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it looks like a really beautiful kind of deep navy gray base with maybe a little bit of a holochrome sparkle to it. The texture of that one does feel like a more traditional shadow, but it is very sparkly. So there you have it. Those are all of the shimmers. I can zoom you out a little bit. Very, very pretty. What do you think? Now jumping into the mattes, first we have Growth, which just looks like a really soft, very creamy, beige peach type shade. We have Tranquil, which is a very, very light kind of sagey green. Almost looks white because it's so pastel. We've got Wisdom, looks like a really beautiful, cool toned brown. Kind of has a little bit of a grungy undertone. Okay, these feel very, very smooth and soft to the touch, as I would expect. I personally really like the matte formula from Bella Beaute Bar. I find it very easy to work with. So next we've got Femininity, which looks like a really pretty kind of like clay, orangey red type matte. We've got Nourish, like an ivy green, and then Demeter, which a little bit more of like an emerald green. Again, all of these feel so pigmented and just creamy. I do find them to normally be on the eyes a little bit more of like a buildable formula, but I prefer that. I mean, but look at that. It's really pretty. Lastly, we've got Goddess, which is a deep neutral brown. Really, really love that. It's going to add a lot of depth and versatility to the whole palette. And then we've got Rebirth, just a nice kind of grungy, like grassy green. Like I really, oops, I'm getting a little bit of fallout. I really, really like the mattes in this palette. This color story right here is so cute. Honestly gorgeous. So there's the entire palette swatched out. Overall, I think it's really beautiful. If you're asking me, is this worth the $72? I do feel like we have a mixture of tones here. We've got, you know, a little bit of multi-chromes. We've got some regular shimmers. We've got some duochromes. We've got some very, very sparkly shades, but I wouldn't say that these are standing out to me as much maybe as some of their other palettes. I feel like some of them have just shades where I'm like, this is like I'm living, dying, breathing for this shadow. But I don't know. It's definitely a mixture of things. If you prefer to have a little bit of everything, then I could see you enjoying this palette, and everything does seem really nice. Everything's swatched nice. I can't wait to get this on my eyes, but I just wanted to get a video up for y'all on launch day, so I really hope that this was helpful for you. I'm so curious to hear what you think of this collection. Please feel free to have a conversation with me down below, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!